Hey everyone, it's Mike from Mike Olson Art. I hope everyone's having a great day today. As usual, thank you guys so very much for taking the time out of your day to come here and check in and hear about some of the art cards that I've been working on. I've got a really fun, really important reveal for you guys today. This card's really special because this one is either the last card of Series 3 or the first card of Series number 4, which is the brand new series that I'm working on starting in 2026. So this card actually kind of bridged, that gap between December and January, and I kind of started working on this card at the very end of December. And by working on it, I mean I was kind of working on it up here. I don't know about any of the other artists that follow me, but I tend to do a lot of work away from my drawing desk, just kind of up in my head, figuring out the ideas for the cards, almost even kind of painting and figuring out some of my paint strokes, up in my head. So kind of started the process in December, but this card was ultimately, on my drawing desk and completed in January. So at the end of the day, I'm going to decide to call this one card number 1 from series number 4. It's a great card. It blends two things that I really love, which is adding a new young player to a really older vintage design. It's just always fun when you get to do stuff like that. So why don't we just take a look at the card we came up with. All right, guys. So here is our 1956 Jo Adell baseball card. This one was really fun. I love working on horizontal designs, and the 1956 design is one of my favorite horizontals. So why don't we just dive right in and see what went into making this really cool new card. All right, guys. So here is our brand new 1956 Jo Adell baseball card. This card was a really fun project, and part of what made it so fun is that I actually had not heard of Jo Adell before I worked on this card. When the customer brought up his name, it was not a player that I was familiar with, and that's really part of the fun of getting to do these cards, is kind of learning about players that I've just never really gotten the chance to hear about before. So Jo is one of those players. He was actually drafted in 2017. He was the 10th overall pick for the LA Angels, and he's pretty much played his whole career for Los Angeles ever since then. He's part of the outfield. I think they're doing a bit of a platoon where he's not necessarily an everyday player, but he seems to be just doing better and better every year. So, he might work himself into that job fairly soon if he keeps it up. So, he's a really cool player. One stat I will mention about him that I read kind of, diving into the information about Jo was that he is actually the first player in Angels history to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. And he did that in April of 2025 against the, I believe it was the Rays. So, just kind of a cool fact about Jo. But, I don't do a lot of Angels players other than, Mike Trout. I think he's pretty much the only Angels player I've done up to this point. So really cool to get to do another Angel. And just cool to get to work on a player that I never worked on before. And, I spent a lot of time, I guess in December, kind of looking for photos of Jo that I was going to end up using to actually do the art when I sat down at my desk in January. So I found 2 really cool pictures of Jo. This one is actually my favorite, and like I've been doing, I'll put a little example of where these photos came from down here. But this photo of Jo, I just really love the look in his eye. I like that he was looking right at the camera. I believe in this photograph there was a bat over his shoulder, which I did not think was going to help the design. We needed to get his autograph in there, and the second photo of Jo, because these 1956 always have kind of a portrait photo and an action photo. So we had a lot to fit in here, so I took the bat out of there. I didn't think it was going to be necessary, especially when I found the second picture of Jo after he got a really good hit, because he's walking over to first, he's putting the bat down. So I did have a batting shot of him. So I didn't feel the bat here was necessary, and would really kind of just distract from the overall look. So I found his signature, which we put on there, because the 1956 always have that signature of the player added on as well. and just really, really love how this card front came out. The coloring of this 1956 design, I think, goes really well with the angels. I picked a red and a yellow for these two boxes up here. If you go through 1956 tops, they switch up these colors quite a bit, but I thought this kind of worked with the overall look. And I just really love how it came out. You know, this part, which is the, you know, kind of the crowd image, or what I call the crowd image, is kind of my blobs of watercolor paint. I tried not to get too intense with this because as I was doing it, I really kind of liked the light gray look to it. So I decided to not go too crazy, not add too much color, and not darken it too much. And I'm glad I did, because I think that came out really good. And, you know, honestly, my favorite part of this whole card front is this photo of Joe. You know, I got his lips, I got his beard. I think I got a lot of his likeness down really well on this card, and that's what I'm always searching for, is to pull out as much likeness as I can of the player. And I just love the look of Joe. I mean, when you hold this card, it looks like he's looking right at you. So that's a really cool feature of this one. So why don't we just flip this guy over. We've got Joe's card back here. This is a horizontal card, so I kind of had to rejigger the way I did some of these stats, because I wanted to put this signature box in here in case this customer ever wanted to get this signed. That's what these signature boxes are for. But I had to kind of spread out his statistics, because you know, I only had a limited amount of space here. And I think it worked really well. I've tried to, you know, attack these horizontal card backs in many different ways, and I think that this is my most successful so far. So really cool card back on this Jo Adell card. And we'll just take it and flip it over one more time, take a quick look at Joe on the front here. You know, this might be hard to see, but you know, a lot of this little image came out great too. You know, I'm super happy with this card in general, so I hope the client loves it as much as I do. All right, guys, so that's it. That is the first card of series number 4. I cannot believe that I'm on the 4th series of handmade cards already. It is honestly an honor, it's a blessing, it's amazing that you guys continue to reach out and request awesome cards just like this one. This client, this card, super, super fun to work on, and I'd love when I get to, you know, take your ideas and take your favorite players and, you know, put them in a card design that they honestly just never belonged in. So this one was super fun, and I thank the client so much for this request. It was great. Thank you. All right, guys, that's it. Series 4 is underway. That's our first card. You know, I've got more cards going forward, but really excited to start Series 4 with you guys. And like I always say, there's no card that we can't create, whether it's something that's, you know, an idea in your head, whether it's just a photo, whether it's a name, you know, you can pretty much give me any little bit of info or photo of your favorite player, and we can kind of turn it into something cool, just like we did with this card. So please reach out. I'm always here on Instagram. You can DM me here, or you can head over to mikeolsonart.com and you can reach me on my website. But either way, I'd love to hear your ideas, and I'd love to work on a custom card for you guys. So Happy New Year. Series 4 is underway, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you so much. That's it, guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.